Hello everyone, myself Pawan, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Akgec, Ghaziabad. Today we try to understand the Apriori algorithm. As we mentioned in my previous video about the PCI algorithm, the Apriori algorithm also used for data mining to find out the frequent item set in the large data set. Same performed by the PCI algorithms. And the advantage of this algorithm is that they try to find out the association mapping between the item set. It means we can easily calculate the mapping of the two or more objects, how they are related to each other. And this algorithm was given by our two Indian researcher, as mentioned in 1994. We try to explain or understand to all of you this algorithm with the help of an example. And this algorithm generally work on the two parameter, and we can say two component of this algorithm. One is this support vector support, and other is the threshold confidence. In this example, we are take the value of support is the 50% and value of the threshold is the 70%. And we have the four transaction T1, T2, T3 and T4, and they are the number of the items set. In transaction 1 we have the 3 items 1, 3, 4. In transaction 2 we have the 3 item 2, 3, 5. In T3 we have the 4 item 1, 2, 3, 5, and then T4 last transaction we have the 2 item 2 and the 5. Now with the help of this algorithm we try to find out the mapping of the element, mapping of the data item, we can say, with the help of the support value 50% and the threshold value of the 70%. Now the first step of this algorithm to count the minimum support of the each item set. So we have as we mentioned in the previous video, we have total is the 5 item 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and with the help of this we put the one table in step number 1. One is the item set. We have the 5 item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We find out the support percentage of this. The item 1 is out of this 4 transaction is purchased by 2 times 1 and 2, but out of this the support value of the 2 by 4 means 50%. Then same we have the item number 2. The item number 2 is purchased by the 3 transaction 1, 2 and 3. So support value is the 3 by 4 is the 75%. Then same we have the item number 3. We have the 1, 2, 3. We have the 3 by 4 is the 75%. And then item number 4 we have the only item number 4 on the one time. So out of 4 we have the one time they are purchased the item number 4. The support value is the 1 by 4, 25%. And last one is the item number 5. The 5 item purchased by the 3 transaction 1, 2 and 3. The support value is the 3 by 4 is 75%. As we mentioned in the previous, in this example we are take the support value is the 50%. And then table 2 what we have seen, the item number 4 we have the 25% of support. When we are move on the step number 2, we try to remove this from the item from this algorithm, and they are the support value. Similarly, we have the value 2, the item 2 times repeat, then the 3, 3 and 1, 4. This is the support value count of this. Now in the step number 2, in step 1 what happened, we remove the first element 4 from this, and we are simply take the only element number 1, 2, 3 and 5. So now we have the taken the element is the 1, 2, 3 and 5 in the step number 2. Now we are make the pair of that. Now we have to check the pair. We have the pair of the 1 and 2. We can make the number of possible pair 1 and 2, and the 1, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, 2, 5 and 3, 5. We are with the number of pair. Now we have to check this pair again in the initial step. So let us be here taken pair number 1, 2, 3. As we see in this is only one value. Out of this 4 transaction, the item number 1 and 2 in a pair purchased by only in the transaction number 3. So support value of this 1 by 4, 25%. Then we have to check the item number 3 pair of the 1 and 3. When we check the 1, 3 item, we have the pair number 1 and 2. Out of this 4, 2 times the item are purchased pair 1 and 3. The value of the 2, 3 is the 2 by 4 is the 50%. Then we have the item number 1, 5. Same we in the 1, 5 we have the only one time it is purchased in the form of pair out of this 4, so value count is the 25%. Then we have the 2, 3 item. In the same way, we count the value of this. We have the 50%. Then the 2, 5 pair, the 75%. Then 3, 5 is the 50%. So what we do? We try to remove all the pair. Those have the value less than 50%, because we are mentioned initially the sport value is the 50%. So out of this, what we find, the pair number 1, 2 and the pair number 1, 5 is removed from the, when we move to step number 3. So we have to only take the pair of the 1, 3 pair, then we have the 2, 3 pair and the 2, 5 and 3, 5 pair. Only simply we take this form. Now we move on the step number 3. Same we value count for this. This value is 1, then 2. Only one time we have the value 1, then 2. 2 times, this is the value number of this. Now we move on the step number 3. In the step 1, we are take the individual item, count the sport value. In step number 2, and we are remove the, in the step number 1, we are remove the item, those the sport value less than 50%. In the step number 2, we make the pair for this, and we check the pair. On the basis of this, we again remove the 50%, less than 50% value. Now in the step number 3, we are make the pair of the 3 item. So if we check on this, we have the 3 pair, 1, 3, 5. Now we have checked the 1, 3, 5. In the first one table, the 1, 3, 5 only the one time, the value is the 25%. Then we have the pair value 2, 3, 5. If we check the 3 element in a transaction number 2, 3, 5 one time and 2 times, so sport value 2 by 4 equal to 50%. This one. Then we have the 1, 2, 3 and we have the value is the 1 by 4, 25. So in this pair, when we are made the 3 pair, we try to take the minimum at least 25% value of this. B may be the number of the option of the 3 pair, but we are simply remove all of them, because we try to be focus on the 25% and 50%. Minimum we are at the 25% in this case. So they are the number of value this. Now the again point with the help of, as we now we move on the again. Now step number 4. In the step number 1, we find out the individual sport value. In the step number 2, we find the value in the pair form. In the step number 3, we find the value in the 3 pair item. Now step number 4. Now we try to be generate the association rule. With the help of this, we try to find out the mapping among the element. Now as we see in the previous slide, we have the 2, 3, 5. We are take the 2, 3, 5 as the 50% value here. We are take this pair of the 3 element and we use the association rule for this. Let we have the 3 way, 2 and 3 and the 5, then 3, 5, 2 value, either they are take the 2 and 3, then 5 and 2, 3 and 5 pair, then 2 and 5 pair. So we are made the mapping rule for this. 2, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 2, 5, 3 and just reverse on that value on this. Now we use the sport value of this. Everyone is the value is 2, because we are mentioned the pair number 2, 3, 5. The value is the sport value is the 2. So in the all the case, the value sport value is the 2. Now we have to find the confidence for this. As we mentioned in the start of the video, this algorithm work on the 2 component. One is the sport value, and as we seen in our step number 1, 2 and 3, they all 3 work on the sport value. And the step number 4, we try to find out the confidence. And after step number 3, we are take the pair 2, 3, 5 is a pair of the 3, and we use the confidence on the pair of the 2, 3, 5. So value of the sport is the 2, because the 2, 3, 5 have the same sport value 2. The all this pair rule. Now we have to find out the confidence. For this, we have the one formula for this. Means we use the sport value of A union B and the sport value of the A. Suppose we are take as A, this one is the, we are take the example of the 3 and 5 here. Now we are take the 3 or 5 as A and this is a B element. If we count the A union B, Obviously the value is the 2. No problem, they are mentioned 2 values there. So value of the A union B is the 2 for this case. Now we have the support of the A. Now A is the 3 and the 5 pair. If we check the 3, 5 pair of 2 pair support value, we check on the value before 2 pair. In the 3, 5 support value is the 2. So what happens in this? We use this value here. Confidence is the support of the A union B oblique support of the A. We are use the A as the 3 and 5. Combination of the 3 and 5 is the A and 2 is the B. So when we are union of the A and B, the answer is the 2 because they are mentioned in step number 3, support value is 2. And when we are move on the support number A, then we move on the step number 2. This one, 3 and 5, the value is the 2. Now with the help of this, we find out the confidence level of 2. So support of the A union B is 2 as from the step number 3. The support of A is the 3 union 5. This one. So value is the also 2. When we divide the 2 and 2 is the 100%. Same way when we use the 3, 2 and 3 in the same pair. So what we use? We use the confidence of the support 2 and 3 union of 5. Right? So the answer is the 2. The support of here we use the 2 and 3 here. If we use the 2 and 3, what they mention? We try to see. In 2 and 3 also we have the value is the 2. If we divide the value of the 2, 3 and union 5 with the value of the 2 and 3, then 2 by 2 is the, again we have the 100% value. If we check on this value, pair of 2 and 5 and 3, obviously this is the 3 value because we are the 2 and 3. If we are take the 2 and 3 here and the union of the, we have the 3. Obviously this is this one from the third one, the value is the 2. And if we check the value pair of the 2 and 5 from the table number 2 and the 2 of 5 value is the 3. So if we divide the this answer, this is come from this value, from this one is the answer is 2 and divided by the support of 3. This is the 2 union 5. They are mentioned value is the support value 3. If we divide the 2 by 3, answer is this one. Initially we are mentioned value of support is the 70%. So we are not take this element, item in the pair. Same we check this one. Value is this, again this one. So in all 4 pair, our the support value is less than the 70%, value is this one. And then in 2, they are mentioned the value is the 100% is more than 70%, we are take this pair. So what we are reach on the final decision, we can put the, if we are take the support of first element 3 and 5 and 2. So out of this 3 element, out of this one 3, 5 and 2, if we are make the pair of the mapping of 3 and 5. So what we find out with the help of this formula, what we find out of this element 2, 5 and 3, 3 and 5 have the mapping. We can put the both element on the same. In the same way, if we are take the element this one, so we can find out, we can put the element number 2 and 3 in the mapping with the each other in place of mapping with the 5. So with the help of this algorithm, we find out the mapping of the element. Let we have the element 2, 3 and 5. So what we find, we can put the mapping of 2 and 3 to each other and 5 on the separate. If we are take the item 3, 5 and 2, we can put the mapping of the 3 and 5 to each other and 2 on the other side. So with the help of this, we find the mapping of algorithm. This is very beautiful algorithm and used in the mostly in the data mining. And simply we see in this algorithm, we try to be complete the algorithm. As we see in the initial step, we have the, again in the initial step, we have the simply take the element, transaction element, and the step number 1, we simply, and this we have to be keep one thing in our mind, they work on the support value and the confidence. We simply take the element and we use the firstly take the item, individual item, and count the support value of this, and we are discard the element those have the support less than 50%. This is the value count. In the step number 2, what we do, we try to make the pair, we are remove the 4 from here because the value is the less than 50%. Then we use the again pair of the element. Again we count the support value and we are discard this pair again. And we are simply take only this pair, this one and this one. Then step number 3, we make the pair of the 3 element. In this case, we put the minimum support value is the 25%. At the time, final decision, we have to take the 50%, but we are keep the element in this table up to 25% of the support value and other are the discard. In this table, we find out only one pair of the 2 and 3 element. 2, 3, 5 are the element in a triple form, triple pair. We take in the step number 4. With the help of this, we made the basic rule for this. On this rule, all these elements have the support value is the 2 as mentioned in this. And with the help of this, we try to find the confidence. We are take one element. We are take this as a first element A and this is the V. We find out the A union V. From this we find out with the help of this A union B find the value is the 2 and the divide the again with the 3 union 5. The value is the 2. Then 2 by 2 is the we have the 100% value of this. In the pair last one we have the value less than 70%. We are simply take the value on this one. So what we understand, we have the out of this pair, we find the 2 pair mapping. Either we can put the mapping of the 2 and 3 and we can put the mapping of the 3 and 5. So with the help of this algorithm, this help to find out the out of number of the item set, we can find out the mapping of the element which element are to be keep with each other. Thank you very much.